It's important to know why you do what you do. So, on this spiritual tip number 7, we're going to talk about motives.
Motives.
So, hey, Tom, what's going on?
Well,
How's your
what
motives, boy?
I'm motivated to.
He is motivated to talk about motives. So, what's motives to you, Tom?
Don't you have the definition there?
Yeah, the definition is the reason or the why you do something, why you do what you do. Here,
Why
I'll
you
look it
do?
up.
Okay.
Your reason for doing something is your motive.
Right. Well, what do I have to say about that? It's important that I know what my motives are for everything I get involved with.
That
Why
is
is it
true.
important?
Yeah, the why is it important? So for myself, there's been many times I've gone too fast and I've jumped on things and didn't know why I was doing them. And then I'd go down the road and go, oh my gosh. He laughs because he's seen this, right? A little bit. And you haven't seen it as much as I used to. I used to do it a lot. But the last couple of years since I've been with you and doing, my spiritual work and stuff, it's not as bad as it used to be, but seriously, like my motives were not clear at all. And if we talk about clear motives or crystal clear motives, I know I didn't have clear or crystal clear motives prior to understanding about my why and how important it is to get my why.
Yeah. So for me, it's important that I know what why I'm doing something, what's my motive. And of course, when it comes to spiritual exploration or awareness or endeavors, it's really important that I'm clear about that because if I'm doing it for something outside of myself, then I mean, it's okay. It's just I'm not going to probably gain all the fulfillment I could if I was really aware of what my motives really are.
Okay, so let's play a game.
Okay.
So here's a game, listeners, and you can play this with yourself or with other people too. Is you sit with someone and you ask them why they do what they do. So hey, Tom, with your spiritual businessman hat on, what is your motive for doing that?
For doing well, one is to help me regroup what I'm putting together. I'm exploring new ways and new avenues of experiencing my life. And I'd like to, be more successful with less stress and have more fulfillment, for the accomplishments. Those are some of my motives. I like to share with others what I'm putting together because what really that does is it helps me consolidate the lessons I'm learning or helps my awareness expand because as I've shared before, the penny drops. So it's important that I distill my motives, from the obvious, like I am involved with business because I need to earn a living. And then maybe the next level is clear motives. Well, really, I want to, pay the mortgage and have a place to live and that kind of thing. And maybe the crystal clear motives is because now I get down to more of a spiritual feeling, which is freedom, self-sufficiency, feeling secure. So some of those motives, if I know what I'm really getting out of it, I find that it helps every experience be more meaningful for me and a little easier, to go through.
Okay, now ask me.
Teresa?
Me, my time. Yes,
Yeah.
Thomas.
What is your motive for expressing yourself and sharing spiritual ideas with people?
Why, thank you for asking me that, Tom. That's a really great question. So, my motive for doing what I'm doing through the podcast, through my book, through my book, The Soul Quake Survival Guide, through my upcoming keynote speaking career I'm going to have, is that I get fulfillment from sharing with others about the unseen parts of us and the parts that I knew nothing about until I had a knowledge around it, until I had experiences, till I had awareness. So That's my motive, is sharing with others. So it's kind of on the same thing of yours in a bit, but my crystal clear knowledge and my crystal clear motive is the fact that I am enthusiastic and I'm filled with joy when I share. I am filled up. It fills my cup up like my chalice. It fills up my chalice to the top when I'm able to share with others an awareness or an understanding for them that can spark a realization that they also are a soul and a physical body, and how all the things that they may experience are okay and natural. And I think, did I say that was my crystal clear? I think that was my crystal clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm crystal
So
clear about that.
I think there's motives are at one level.
Mhm.
They're why we do the things we do. Just to recap what I, was sharing on is there's usually this obvious physical reality reason that, I get involved in doing something and have certain motives, to be involved in life. And because if I want to stay alive, I've got to feed myself and I've got to go out and clothe myself and meet my needs and the needs of folks around me. I guess, from if I was to, if my motives were more based from religious concepts, then it would be, I'm doing it for others because, it's my burden to carry and I have to do my duty. That would be another one. That would be, oh, my motive is I need to do my duty. And I don't know if you tune into your feelings about that. Like, it's not really very inspiring. There isn't. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing your duty. And it's just a matter of for me, rejigging that a bit. I do my duty because I feel like I've accomplished something, or I'm of service, or people around me are going to be happy. And if they're happy, I'm happy, but I've got to recognize it comes back to me as well. And as we always share, we're always talking about how, my loyalties to my state of consciousness first, to myself first, in the sense that if I love myself, if I have reverence for myself and patience, not even so much love, just patience with myself and reverence for myself, then reverence for others and patience with others for others will flow from that.
Well said.
Yeah. So it's important, especially with spiritual exploration. It's important. I'll say this again, that I know why I'm involved in it. Am I involved in it because I want to escape? Am I involved in it because I'm sincere about, my own personal growth? Um, why do I want to help others? How many times has somebody helped us or done something for us and we're a little,
Skeptical.
what's that energy behind
Yeah.
that? Or you want to talk about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you kind of hit it on the head there. Being skeptical about why someone's doing what they're doing, to me, that's a red flag of, well, what's the motive here? Right? Like, oh, I don't feel that this has clear motives behind it, or, why am I involved in that? Or why am I feeling that way when this other person is expressing this towards me?
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
Well,
ding, ding, ding.
so we live in a world like that. And I think one of the common ones is when somebody wants to do something for me that I can do myself,
Right.
or someone wants to take care of me, so to speak, or save me. What is their real motive there? Is that really about me, or is it they feel I'll owe them something?
Right, right.
So this is a common way of people perceive, business people, that they'll give you something so that you buy something. Now there's nothing wrong with anything. It's just, wouldn't it be better if people were more attracted, especially when it comes to spiritual things? There's no forcing the growth of a soul. It's important that people have their own experiences. So, and evolve through their own levels of awareness, you might say. So I can't sort of drag them up. I've got to just allow them to unfold. And sometimes a kind word and backing off a little bit is the most effective way. Saying something at the right time that, channel a positive message from spirit and allow people to have their awakening kind of experiences is really helpful.
Right.
And then I have to say to myself, well, how do I feel about that? What are my true feelings? Actually, I feel free. I feel happy and free when I don't have to get involved in someone else's issues.
So really, so what I hear you saying is really understanding motives, especially from the spiritual side of our lives, helps us feel a certain way in regards to what we're involved in, and maybe even the people that we're involved with or the things we're doing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's really important that I distill down to what am I getting out of this, and even from the simple point of view of knowing the why in a project, like why are we doing this? Well, we're doing this because we need a clean house, because we need to keep the bacterial count low so that nobody gets sick, I mean,
Right.
but
Mhm.
let's take it to the next level. Well, and then now what's the real, well, I'm here to learn and grow. I want to do that smoothly and have fun and meet those challenges. And so it's usually, for me, the spiritual is like an intrinsic, aha, kind of feeling, happy
So,
feeling.
yeah, that's perfect. So that's spiritual tip number 7. All you listeners out there on this beautiful Thursday, we hope that you enjoyed this episode and maybe have a little bit more inquiry to yourself of why am I doing something? What are my motives? What are my clear motives? And also looking at it from a spiritual perspective.
Of what are my crystal clear motives.
Love that. Crystal clear.
So as long as we start just to become aware, that's a good start, whatever the motive is.
Absolutely. So until next week, remember that life is too short to not be enthusiastic about your unique journey. Hey everyone, for a spiritual perspective that you won't find anywhere else but right here, please make sure you subscribe.